Welcome. Today is January 29th, and you're at the GreyHat General Meeting. Okay, so you can ignore the meeting information for locations over here, but we meet every Tuesday and Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Tuesdays are going to be our CTF meetings, which are our competition trainings. Thursdays are going to be general sponsor miscellaneous cybersecurity meetings. You can join our Discord and Instagram here. Discord's where we'll post all of our announcements and any updates we have. So if you aren't on there already, I'd highly recommend joining. Does anyone need any of these links? Is everyone in the Discord? This is an important question that'll come up later. Good? All right then. Okay, I guess before you move forward, who here can, we're Grey Hat, the cybersecurity club. Anyone here care to try and explain what cybersecurity is? So, what year are you guys? Third year? First year? Okay, maybe we can excuse the first years a little bit. How many of you guys are in the cybersecurity and privacy thread? Okay, more than half the room. That's great. So hopefully by now you've taken at least one class with cybersecurity or security or something along those lines in the name. Raise your hand if that applies to you. Okay, a good chunk of you. That's really good to see. So among those people who have just raised their hands, care to explain what cybersecurity is? Anyone? There are bad answers, but you can go ahead and give it a try. Yes. That's a very good definition that uses both the word security and cyber. So why do we care about this data that's flowing through the internet being intercepted? Yeah, very good. So one aspect of security is keeping information that, say, you consider sensitive, to yourself, making it so that that information remains confidential. Anyone else have any other aspects of security they want to talk about? I'll go ahead and say up front that security is a very multifaceted uh, field with multiple different components that we care about. Um, mhm. Very good, very good. That's definitely something that security researchers will do a lot. But why do we care about keeping these systems stable? So why is it bad if the data gets changed? Yeah, it'd be really bad if your personal data in Bank of America got manipulated and now you went from having whatever amount of college savings you had to negative balance to whoever XY, I don't know, banking. Um, sorry, to being in the red. So to that regard, the integrity of your data is important. Okay, so we've talked about confidentiality and integrity. This is a three-part series. Anyone know what the last step is? Yes. Availability. Can you tell me about that? Why is it important that, say, some services need to be available at a very, very rigorous schedule? Describe what some of these setbacks might be. Say I'm grady or something. Yeah, like you just prevented emergency response. You just prevented an emergency response by knocking out that police driver's GPS. Very good. So as we can see from like these three components that we've talked about, confidentiality, integrity, and availability, they kind of touch on a lot of the different parts we care about within cybersecurity. Just to go on to the next slide, it's what we call the CIA triad. You can think of it as a model to describe what we care about as security specialists. Obviously, security is a lot more nuanced than just these three high level points. If you take more advanced classes, we'll probably start diving into more of where that starts breaking down and the nuances here. But especially at introductory level, this is a very good way to start thinking about security. Maintaining the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of whatever systems you're trying to protect or analyze. Very good. Security is also very hard. Uh, so who here has seen like this little box on the left? I'm sure it's very popular with all these like interviewing young ones these days. It's like twosome. Anyone heard of that one? Yeah. Few thumbs up in the back. Good to see that some of you are doing interviews. Okay. So in computer science, how many of you guys have taken like a class like algo yet? How many of you guys first off are CS majors? Non-CS majors? What majors are you guys? E. Okay. C. Okay. Compy. Okay. Very nice. Hello. So, in a class called algorithms, you're going to learn about this really cool problem in computer science called, well, I guess like a cool classification of problems in computer science called NP hard problems. Anyone here want to give like, hopefully some of you have taken algo by now, but any of you guys want to try giving a definition of what NP hard problems are? Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure if I caught the first part, but I definitely agree with you on the second part. You can reduce any NP hard problem to, or at least any NP complete problem to another NP complete problem. Verified, yes. Is that NP hard or NP complete? Nice. Very good. Okay, but to recap, the main point I want you guys to take away from this, there are problems in computer science that we know cannot be, or at least, yeah, we know cannot be solved in polynomial time, or at least we don't have an algorithm for it right now. What that essentially means for like at like a more human level is that we don't have an easy way to find a solution to many problems that exist out there. Many problems in security are like that. It's very hard, like it's straight up impossible if you've ever heard of like a Turing machine or what a Turing completeness is, but uh, in essence, like there are a subset of problems like does my code have a vulnerability? Is a program a virus that you can't determine unless you can physically map out, say like uh, what is going to happen like when this program is done executing without ever running the program, and that's currently or we know we can prove that that is impossible or at least not possible in a polynomial time solution. Okay, are you guys with me so far? I feel like I was rambling a bit on that last one. Okay, so CTFs, you guys heard of them? Yeah. Okay. How many of you guys have played in a CTF before? For how many of you guys is this your first time hearing the word CTF? Okay. How many of you guys like are hoping to play their first CTF this semester? Okay. Very nice. So CTFs are is this transitions? Yeah. Uh, it's basically our competition in cybersecurity land. It's a gamified hacking competition. Your goal is to find and exploit bugs in real systems, obtain flags, and submit them to earn points. Simple, right? Uh, like normally I have like a slide in between that describes a lot of the cool different types of things you do for CTF, but I'll just go ahead and like crash into this. Why should you even do CTFs? Well, you get to learn a lot of different cool things in a lot of different domains, like everything from cryptography to how like low-level programs execute on systems, how you can take advantage of them, how to reverse engineer programs, so on and so forth. A lot of these skills are very applicable to other domains of computer science, even if you don't end up deciding to stick with cybersecurity for some reason. Yeah, you get to learn cool things. You get to meet very cool people. I think like over here, I met John Hammond at DEF CON last summer. If you know who that guy is, you get to go to cool places. I've been flying out to like New York, I think twice in the last year, and SF to like for another event. And you also get jobs. That's I think important for some of you guys, but hopefully, I don't know. I don't know. You guys are interested in these days. But yeah, basically every major company you know hires for cybersecurity. It's kind of ubiquitous in today's landscape. On that note, here are the first CTFs we're playing in this semester. The first one is not this weekend, but the weekend after, LA CTF, hosted by USA UCLA. It's moderate weight. Generally, we've noticed that it's very solid quality and it's very beginner friendly. It's a collegiate CTF, meaning that it was designed specifically with the target audience being college students across a variety of different skill levels and expertise. So generally, a very good CTF. I'd highly recommend you join. We're gonna have mentors like actively working with people during this event. So if you're interested and if it's your first CTF, this is a very good way to kind of dive in. My personal take is that, or I guess my personal belief is that the best way to get better at CTF or even learn CTF is to just work, like actively work on CTF problems and be in an environment where you're able to collaborate with other people who are also doing CTFs, whether it's like through mentorship or directly problem solving with another person. Playing CTFs with GreyHat is a pretty good way to do that, in my opinion. We especially curate these sorts of environments for you guys to learn and grow from. Next CTF after that, on February 21st, it's hosted by University of Cincinnati. University of Cincinnati, it's Bearcat CTF. We still know the weight will be. Last year's weight was 23.89. It has an academic division, which is great for us because that means we don't have to compete against professional teams on a head-to-head basis. We're less sure about the quality, but last year seemed all right from what we've seen so far. Any questions so far about these CTFs? Yes. Hmm? It's if you go to a website called CTF Time, it's like a site that aggregates like CTFs across different hosts or different hosters and teams. They have a community-driven weight metric that's supposed to kind of aggregate like both the difficulty of the challenges you'll see at the CTF as well as the quality based on like historic and like it's the weight's kind of a dynamic number. It updates before, during, and after the CTF based on how other people rate the event. So if like you have high hopes for the event and you go in and it's kind of really mediocre, a lot of LLM written challenges, then you might see the weight kind of plummet. But yeah, that's generally what the weight is supposed to represent. Yes. There's some CTFs that have on-site components, usually for finals. For both of these CTFs, these are both fully remote. Usually we'll, at least like for most CTFs, we'll play with as GreyHat that are virtual. They usually run over the course of like 2 or 3 days. We'll usually like start the CTF on Friday, which is when it kicks off. On Saturday, we'll meet up in person, usually at the student center or some other location we'll specify, and we'll like just be in person, play together as a team. And then we'll like keep going. Sometimes we'll stay overnight. Competition will usually end on Sunday. Any other questions about CTF? Cool. It's good to see like a number of our CTF veterans in the room as well. Okay, so how you guys came here because you're interested in cybersecurity at Georgia Tech? Okay, like a number of half-hearted hand raises. Sure. Okay. Well, I'll give you an overview of some resources that I think you guys should know about. You're interested in security at Georgia Tech. What do you do? Well, you can come to GreyHat. You're already here. Congrats. We meet Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6:30, 7:30 p.m. You can kind of pick and choose what you want to do with us. Classes. We've got a wide variety of different security classes across a lot of different security disciplines and domains. Raise your hand if you're interested in the more like technical side of security, like actually like breaking the boxes, like crashing servers and whatnot. Okay, cool. Raise your hand if you're interested in the other side of cybersecurity, the human dimension, the human component, and are interested in becoming like a security policist or analyst. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, we have a wide variety of expertises at GT that cater to both of those domains. Again, to raise your hands so that people can look around the room. How many of you guys are in the cybersecurity and privacy thread? Or how many of you guys, like for you EE majors or CE majors, how or Comp E majors, uh, are any of you guys in like the equivalent cybersecurity thread? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nice. But yeah. So as you can see, Georgia Tech has enough cybersecurity resources to the point where we can dedicate an entire thread and multiple different majors to just focusing on security. I'll go ahead and just point out that most other schools just can't offer this. Uh, GT is probably one of the best places, or one of the best schools out there for getting into cybersecurity, just based off of like there's an entire story behind it, stemming from like when security started becoming a big thing and government started giving out grants, and GTRI was one of the first and most prolific early on. Uh, but that aside, like there's still plenty of resources on campus, lots of different research opportunities, classes you can take, competitions and whatnot that you can explore and get experience from. So just have like a list of things on here. I'll post the slides after the meeting again, as we did for Tuesday. Do you guys have any questions about any of the resources so far? Okay. Okay. Right. So now we've got like a blast through like a number of slides relating to just like current events that are happening with regards to the club. Okay. So we're holding elections next week from around today. Uh, you can ignore the first line. We put the announcement yesterday. But we're looking for people to run for the following positions for grey officers. We're looking for CTF captains, a vice president, and a public outreach admin. In addition, Shreyas Minosha in the back over there is going to give us a talk on election security for the remainder of the meeting. So it'll be a very fun meeting. Shreyas is a PhD candidate with the School of Cybersecurity and Privacy, working on election security research. So it should be very fun. We also have a number of other roles that we're looking to hire for at GreyHat. We're looking to hire for infrastructure engineers. So basically, anyone that's interested in helping with our internal infra. So this would be our CTF platform, our our like project infra, our website, other miscellaneous tools and software that we need to develop for our own internal use. If you have like web dev or software engineering experience, this could be a good fit for you. We're looking for more people to join us on the LM CTF agent, specifically as like security engineers to help us build out more components and features for the agent in order to solve more challenges more effectively. Raise your hand here if you've competed with us on the LM CTF agent during the last semester. Okay, solid, solid. Last point, we're going to be hosting Rec CTF later this semester as well, and we're looking for challenge authors for Rec CTF. I will just go ahead and note up front that if you're interested in writing challenges, even if you don't ultimately submit one, we'll be showing you like some internal things that will bar you from even participating in it. So if you are interested in participating in Rec CTF as a challenge author, please keep that in mind before you reach out. But we are looking for people that have CTF experience that are looking to write challenges. So feel free to DM me if you are interested in any of these opportunities. I'm Nightspire on Discord, and I'm also the president. I'm the person who's been making most of the announcements for the last like couple of days. Sorry for all the pings, by the way. We also have a competition team member role. That's a little bit more, I guess, concrete so far. We have like a number of people from last semester fulfill the requirements and get officially posted and mentioned on our website uh, for the work that they do. The requirements are that you come to a CTF and solve a challenge with us, and that after the CTF is over, you create and publish a CTF write-up about your work on the challenge. A CTF write-up is just basically a post-mortem of the CTF challenge, where you go through the CTF challenge again with like and walk us through your methodology, what you're thinking about, and how you went about solving the problem. Sorry. And in doing so, you create a resource for future people who are interested in doing CTF or how like find a similar CTF problem that they need help solving to look through and learn from in order to do so. We will usually send out details like a Google form for people to submit their write-ups. after each CTF is complete. So stay on the lookout for that. We'll also like post your write-up on our website if you're open to it. Okay, so I mentioned it, I alluded to this earlier, but we also have the LM CTF agent project. Just wanted to recap that. SS Lab is one of the labs here at campus. They focus on system security stuff, and they donated $1,000 for us to build LM agents to autonomously solve CTF challenges. We had some pretty solid results from last semester. We were able to solve a good chunk of like Tesu's class final. Tesu is the PI for SS Lab, using the agent that we built. We actually just confirmed a presentation date for them later this month or later next month. So if you're, hopefully you guys have, if you're in the project, have seen the announcement by now. If you haven't, feel free to come down and chat with me. But yeah, we're looking to hire more students to work on this project for next semester. If you're interested, we'll probably open up the application again in a few weeks. Any questions about the CTF agent? Okay. You guys are tired out already, or? Okay. Yeah, we also had like a lot of sponsors on board last semester. So generally pretty good. We have money now, which is always really nice. So we can afford things like pizza and not be flat out broke. We have some events coming up actually. Valadin's hosting, I didn't mention it on the slide deck, but Valadin just confirmed to like come and give us a talk in 3 weeks. So they're recruiting for their summer internship. So if you're currently on the market for that, you should keep an eye out. What else? Yeah, we're still setting up events with Magna and Hoff. Hoff is like a VC fund that's invested in companies you might have heard of, like Anthropic. They're hoping to host dinners and whatnot with us. Okay, yeah. Also, next week, or sorry, week after next week, we have Daniel Bohannon. He's a security researcher at Promeso Security. He's previously a security researcher at Microsoft and Mandiant. He's done some very interesting security research, and he's coming over to share it with us. All right, then. Questions so far? You guys thoroughly exhausted from my monologue? Like my voice is kind of dead, but that might be a separate issue. Okay, yeah. Ooh, IoT security. I know we have like a really popular class called cybersecurity of drones. Have you heard of that one? That's probably like the first one that comes to mind. I think it's a special topic, so you should be able to like register for it like at any point, literally. What else? IoT. Are you an EE major or CS? What are, what's your other thread? Intel? Okay. If you're interested in IoT security in particular, and not like necessarily like intelligence oriented security, like AI security, you might want to change that to like I I'm personally a very strong proponent of sysarc, but I think info, even devices might be helpful if you want to do IoT security. It really kind of depends how much you want to go into it and in what dimension. Any other questions? Like I'm all yours for the next like 10 minutes. Or you can just choose to not. That's also an option. And you guys remember my name? Cool. Okay. Right. Final call. Any other questions? Yes. Yeah, that's a really good question. So there's like, I'd say there's kind of levels to this shit, right? Like, uh, for some very beginner level challenges, there's gonna be like at least like a handful, maybe like two or three that you'll be able to solve without having any prior CTF experience. But like just having like good, fundamentals, I'd say, and like understanding programming and kind of like generally like messing around. Like, have you ever used something called inspect element before? Yeah, you like that'll let you solve some challenges probably. And then, as you get to more difficult challenges as you go through the CTF, we'll have like our team of mentors over, like mentors meaning just people who are more experienced with CTF who have volunteered to come and help out and mentor newer students. And you'll be able to raise your hand and have people like work with you and guide you through how to solve a problem and kind of like build an adversarial mindset. Very good question. What was your name? Max. Great to meet you. Anyone else? Cool. All right. You guys are excited for Hacker Jeopardy. Yeah, let's go. I'm so tired. Okay. We have a bingo board over here. I'm gonna need someone to come down and keep track of which problems we solved because this board does not update itself. Someone want to volunteer? Uh, have you played this board before? Okay. Someone who's played this board before, yeah, one of you two, or both. Okay. Do you have expo markers? Anyone have expo markers? All right, can we borrow one? Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you. Okay. All right, you guys have been way too quiet so far, this meeting. I want you guys to go meet three new people that you haven't met yet and form a team with them. Go. Hmm? We're tracking with the board and the teams. So like we're just need like another spot on the side for to go meet people, Sean. You should go meet people. Go join the team. Go fill this bingo board. You got this, man. I believe in you. Okay. Hmm? Three teams of four guys. Meet three new people. So it's four people, including yourself. Okay. Also, each team is going to need like a piece of paper, ideally lined. Like every line is going to be a new answer. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You need at least experience doing software engineering stuff. It's fine if you haven't worked with LMS before, but I need to like see you worked on like side projects or something and built something on your own or like with the team. You interested? Oh, what happened to the table? Oh, okay. Raise your hand if you're not in a team of four yet. Is everyone in a team of four? Yeah. Okay. Let's go from like this side to that side. I think you're left to right. All right. Let's start with you guys. What team are you? Also, who's in your team? Damn, you two have never met before. Damn, it's like we just drove together to bring the damn pizza. Okay. It's like fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Okay. You four. What's your team name? Team one. I am praying the rest of you guys are going to be a little bit more inspired than this. All right. You guys up here, are you guys a team? All right. I guess like let's go through. I probably should have done this for team one too, but I guess we don't need them. What are your guys' names? Carter, Yashila, Heyman, Jace. Okay. What's your guys' team name? Pone. PWN. Very good name. All right. Thank you, Pone. All right. Are you guys a team? How many people are in your team? You round up. Okay. You know what? Sure. Okay. What are your guys' names? Rohan? Rohan. Ria. Corvi. Okay. What's your guys' team name? Team Boba. Nice. Where's that one from? Tea Leaf. Okay, very nice. Okay. You guys. Are you guys a team of five? Anyone want to like you can either voluntarily move over or you can just have the other four excommunicate a member to join this. Okay. It seems like okay, what's your name? David. Okay. Welcome to Team Boba. All right. So, what are your guys' names? No, like each of your individual names first. You can decide on team name after. Toye. Vinny? How do you spell that? Fareeb? Oh, Fareeb. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Richard? Chris. Nice. Here, what's your guys' team name? Vindictive Challenges. Yo, front of the room. Vindictive Challenges. Oh, Challengers, sorry. No, what? Well, I guess that fits a bit easier. All right. Next up with you guys. What's your team? I get sorry, can you point out the people in your team first? Five? Okay. Nice. Another team of five. Okay. So what are your guys' names? Christy? Max? Justin? Joseph? Joshua. Great. What's your guys' team name? Dr. Pepper. Okay. Are you guys a team? Okay. What? Six of you guys. Okay, fine. So hopefully you're not like leading the entire deck, man. But all right. Um. Okay. So what are your guys' names? Edward, Tiga, Keegan, Zohaib, Daniel, Sean, Shirungan. Okay. What's your guys' team name? I guess so. Six amigos. Six amigos. All right. Hello again. What's your guys' team size? Five. I love how you guys took the requirement of meet three new people and just really ran with it. Anyway, okay, so what are Chris, Kieran, Arnav, Jaden, Nathan? Okay, team name? Pick a different name. Shorter. Bandits. All right, thank you, Bandits. All right. Um, are you guys a team? Are you guys playing? Okay. Who's in your team? Three of you? Okay. Nice. Good to see you guys rounding up to compensate for all these people rounding down. Okay. So what are your guys' names? Go for it. Yeah. Sean. Y- Hmm? Darshan. Thank you. I'm trying to say this so people hopefully are listening and are able to learn your names, but I don't think that's really happening. All right. Nandu, yeah. Okay. What's your guys' team name? The winning team. This is gonna be really embarrassing for you guys. You're playing against people who've already seen the entire content. What? Oh, I guess yeah. I guess you were here in Week of Welcome, right? Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. Hello, guys. What are your guys' names? Naresh? Menho? Wait, yeah. Yeah. What years are you guys? Yeah. All you guys grad? Hmm? Nice, nice. Oh, it's great to see someone I can look up to as far as academic year goes. All right. Do you guys have a team name? Grads. Okay, Nash, grads. Hi, are you two just playing together? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Have fun. All good. Okay. You can remove the last two slots. Yeah. No, you can keep grads. Like delete the empty spaces. Huh? Oh, you can delete the empty spaces. Okay. Congrats on meeting new people. Apparently, that's very difficult for some people. Okay. Let's get started then, shall we? All right. Let's start with team one. Pick a category and value. 500? Miss for 500. From where on campus was this picture taken? So the format's gonna be you guys need to like hopefully you got the piece of paper that I told you to by now. You're gonna take out the piece of paper, write down on the first side of that paper your answer for this question, and then afterwards we're gonna have you guys send a representative up. We're gonna tell you the answer and we're gonna check. Okay? Hmm? Yeah, you can just like strike it through or something. That works. Yeah, that works. Yeah. No, it's fine. What you guys have 1 minute. I have no idea how this person got this photo, man. Maybe did that. All right. Sounds like you guys may have converged on a solution. Is that anyone still working? Okay. Send your representative down and we'll double check answers. Apologies to the people in the back. You guys are gonna be doing a lot of cardio today. All right. If you guys can get in the order that that thing is in, that would be very nice. You should meet people while you're at it. All right. This isn't really quite how I imagined it, but this works, I guess, too. Oh, that is not how that's supposed to work. The answer is Crossland Tower. All right, I think all of you got it. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Congrats. Okay. Congrats on blasting through MISC for 500. What's next, guys? Let's go ahead and move over to Team Pone. GT trivia for 500. Dang, you guys are just really on a roll, aren't you? Okay, in this year, Atlanta welcomed the Summer Olympics, and Georgia Tech housed the athletes in its dorms as the Olympic Village. What year was it? Closest wins. Apparently, I was the only one that didn't attend FASA and didn't know this information, so I feel like all the in-state people definitely know. Hmm? Yeah, feels right. You guys have 20 seconds. That's also going to be very dangerous. All right, that's time. Send your representative down. All right, so everyone. All right then. Correct answer was that is not the right button. 1996. Would you guys prefer if this was more, I guess, like race oriented, like not race oriented? That's a terrible way to say it. If this if this game was like, I guess, based on speed, yeah, yeah. How do you guys feel about raising your hand as soon as you're done, or as soon as you have a final answer? No, you want to do that? Okay. And this is GT for 500. Feel free to write the header categories after we go back. All right. Next up, we have Team Boba. Could you please select a challenge? Also, everyone got that one too. That's crazy. These are two 500 guys. Okay, anyway. Team Boba, can you give us a challenge? Places on campus for 500. Wow, okay. Beneath this large campus lawn lies a massive underground tank that collects and stores rainwater to help with sustainability. What is this green space called? Yeah. Oh. Um, okay, so are you guys good with like going for like the raise hands for yeah, okay. Well, I guess like that's fine for this one. Yeah, I did ask. I did ask. It seemed that people were generally very apathetic towards it at the very least. That's gonna be hard to gauge. That's gonna be very hard to gauge. So like raise hands, I'll pick the first person I call. It's something gonna be very biased. And we'll take over it goes from there. Okay. Uh I'm sorry. No, no, no. I'm so sorry. Okay. No, fine. As consolation prize, you guys get to pick again. Yeah, by the way, it is tech green. I don't know like what other spot on campus you'd pick, but like go on. Yeah, now you're raising hands. The first person I see raise hand, I will call on, and you will get the opportunity to earn the points. But if you answer incorrectly, we'll subtract the points instead. All right, you guys ready? Places on campus for 400. Name three coffee shops. Go. I saw Ria. I said Priya. Sorry. Oh, God. Caldi's, Budunki, and Dunkin'. Yeah, that sounds right. That works. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah. Caldi's, Budunki, Dunkin'. Yeah, that's here. Okay, next up, team. What's that? Challengers. All right, team challengers. Pick a challenge. Malware trivia for 100. Finally, 100. Watch this be absolutely brutal. What is malware? Given it front row. Sure. Okay. Yeah. So basically, any sort of software developed with intent to do harm, not necessarily just impersonation, but yeah. I mean that works too. A specific name also works. We'll give you points. Okay. Do you add them? Cool. What's your name? Okay. Awesome. Uh, thank you. Next team is Team Dr. Pepper. Please pick a challenge. Um, do we just do malware for 500? Oh, we do malware for 100. Okay. Malware for 500. I'm gonna just not even read the question at this point. Front row over here, Omar. Omar, you must answer. Go on. Five, four. The answer is it's ABT 44 actually. But to go back, it's like it was asking about a specific type of malware. The answer was Sandstorm or a specific Thractor. It's Sandstorm, a cyber warfare group under Russia's GRU. I'll do a better job of actually reading the question next time. Yeah. Sorry, were you raising your hand? No? Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So also, like, just a cool thing to note is that because there's many different companies working on different Thractor groups at the same time, or at least like trying to identify and like combat them, each different company tends to like generate their own name for it internally. Like I can tell you right now, based on the naming convention, that Seashell Blizzard is probably what Microsoft gave that name because it's a Blizzard Thractor group based in Russia. All right. Anyway, fun trivia. Okay. Did you subtract points from them? Yeah. That was what, like 500, 400? All right. All right. Next up, we've got six amigos. Six in English. Misk for 400. What brings this was Caleb Rain that caused Omar. Okay, I'm banning Omar. Shreya. Linux. Good answer. Let's see if that's. Yeah. In my bonus points, you got Arch, but like, good enough. We're counting that. We asked what operating system, not what distro. Sure. So you're on challenges. Challenges, okay. All right. Next up, we've got bandits. Which one? CTF for 500. What is this? Please keep your hand down until you are ready to answer. You will also be required to walk us through how you got to your answer as part of your explanation. Are you ready, Kieran? Okay, Kieran, go ahead. 254. Final answer? Like, is that hex or decimal? Okay, that is incorrect. Oh, wait. No, that is incorrect. I'm sorry. Okay, so given that we pointed out the correct line of code, does anyone want to try to explain what might be happening? We'll give you like an equal, we'll give you the points for the challenge if you do so. Anyone familiar enough with Rev Home to talk about this? Anyone? Yeah, in the back. You want to come down here and talk? I probably can't hear you. All right. Let's go to the TV screen over here. All right, walk us through what's happening.
Not really too sure, but like this, I think this is a pointer.
Yep. Okay. So which memory address?
This
Not quite. Does anyone else want to give it a shot? Yeah, sure. Taja, come down here. Yeah, it's a public speaking event. We're taking another 500 off of you guys if you get this wrong. Mhm. So give it from the top in a way that is coherent and self-consistent.
Name the base pointer first. Stack pointer equal to the
Okay. So what does saying the stack pointer equal to the base pointer do?
bottom of where the thing is. From here, subtract 10, allocate 10.
Why is that important? Good. Okay. Well, creates your function frame. Sure. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Mhm. Yep. So why 4 in particular? Because it's an integer. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So we're putting this number 0x2770 in the spot that's, 4 away from, or starting from 4 away from the base pointer. Is that right? Okay. Does anyone else understand that? Yes, Kieran. I'm sorry for your loss. Okay. Yeah, you guys can get points for that. All right. Looks like you guys are still back in it. Okay. This one's intentionally a very difficult problem. Congrats on getting an explanation eventually. Okay. Uh, well done. So, next team would be the winning team. How are you guys actually doing on points? Dang. Okay. Seems like you guys have a little bit of a ways to go. All right. You guys want to pick a child? Which one? Mini CTF for 400. What? What? No. Okay. Are you sure? Go. Do you already know the answer? Okay. Next person to raise their hand better come down and explain it in front of the whiteboard again. Team one's been disqualified from this question. Yes. Wait. Four? Okay. You want to come down here and walk us through that? Let's go over to this one. All right. So walk us through why you think putting an input of four will make this mystery function output 1337.
First, uh, the times three.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
1337 times three. I agree.
37 plus 85 is yes.
Yep. So whoever that symbolic value is equal to z.
That value is
1496.
that is two powers 12.
P to the power of 12. Okay.
Y is 12.
Okay. Very good. So y is 12.
And X is 4.
Very good. Okay. Let's go ahead and double check that Ways math is correct. Correct. Why did you say three? Okay. Well done, Way. That's genuinely pretty good. Okay. Uh, next up we have team grads. Oh, it's you guys. You want to pick a question? Okay. After this question's over, we're probably going to call it. I think we're a little bit over time already. Okay. GT trivia for 400. Send this on a strong note. GT was founded in 1885, but only changed its name in 1948 to Georgia Institute of Technology. What was Georgia Tech's full original name? Are you guys serious? Okay. Georgia School of Technology. Okay, let's go ahead and see if that's the answer. That is correct. Yay. Okay, I hope this was an enjoyable experience for you guys. Yeah, we're gonna do more technical security stuff in future weeks, so please come back. All right. Thank you guys for joining online. I'm going to end the meeting now.